Part 1. The Call of the Abandoned. The wind howled across the forest, carrying leaves that scraped against the rusted gates of the old psychiatric hospital. Its concrete walls were cracked and pocked with moss, windows shattered or boarded up, and a chill seeped from the building itself, as if the air inside remembered screams long gone. Anna Krawchuk, a criminal psychologist, parked her car on the overgrown driveway, flashlight clutched in one hand, keys in the other. 7 years had passed since the last patient disappeared in this place. 7 years since the fire that claimed lives no one ever fully accounted for. Her mother had worked here, a psychiatrist who died trying to save her patients. One of them, patient number 43, had vanished in that fire, a man nobody knew, a man everyone called the Silent One. And now, the police insisted, he was back. Anna's phone buzzed. "He's here," said the voice of Colonel McCullough on the line. "We can't trace him, but he's back in the building." "Be careful," she swallowed. The forest seemed to grow darker, as if the trees themselves were leaning toward her. She stepped forward through the gate, the crunch of dead leaves underfoot echoing unnaturally loud in the evening air. The hospital smelled like damp cement and rot. Every step she took stirred clouds of dust and old ashes. Somewhere in the distance, a rat scuttled, or maybe it was something else. She flipped on her flashlight. The beam cut through the darkness, landing on peeling paint and faded signs. "Silence heals. Do not scream. He will hear." A shiver ran down her spine. Then came the first sound, a distant echo of footsteps. They were slow, deliberate. Behind her, ahead, impossible to tell. "Is someone there?" she called, her voice trembling despite her training. Silence answered. And then a scraping noise, metal against concrete, soft but distinct, like a breathing shadow. Anna entered the main hall, her flashlight revealing the wreckage, broken chairs, shattered tiles, scorch marks on the walls. The air felt thick, almost tactile. She found the old medical records in the dusty archive room. Among the files, one folder bore her mother's handwriting. Patient number 43. Identity disorder. Mimics voices. Strong attachment to Dr. Krawchuk. Her pulse quickened. Her mother had never told her about this patient. Inside the folder, a yellowed newspaper clipping. Disappearance and murders at District Psychiatric Hospital. Suspect, unknown man, vanished during fire. And then a note, fragile, almost burned away. If he survived, he will return for the voice. A whisper echoed suddenly from above. "Anna, my daughter." Her breath caught. That voice, it was the same one she remembered, the one that had filled her childhood nightmares. She ran up the staircase, flashlight bouncing. Each step groaned under her weight. The smell of charred wood and damp plaster filled her nose. On the landing, an old recorder lay atop a dusty cabinet. She pressed play. "Serhii, I beg you, don't do this." "I must." She must hear static, then silence. And then just behind her, a whisper. "Do you hear me, Anna?" She spun around, flashlight sweeping. The corridor was empty. Only the shadows moved, stretching and twisting along the walls. The building seemed to breathe, inhaling and exhaling around her. Anna pressed forward, determined to find him, or whatever haunted this place. She had no idea that the hospital's concrete halls were already changing around her, twisting into a labyrinth of her own fear. She stumbled into Ward 43. A single light flickered above a bed. On the nightstand, another recorder, newer than anything else in the room, blinking red. She pressed play. "I've waited for you to grow. Now you understand me, Anna. We are alike, both children of silence." The voice changed. Not her mother's, not human. It became her own, yet warped, hollow, echoing inside her skull. "You hear me, Anna. The world outside will not save you. Stay. Listen." Footsteps approached. Heavy, slow, predictable. Anna's hand went to the pistol she carried, heart hammering. The shadow at the end of the hall loomed, wrapped in rags and bandages. Beneath them, glowing eyes. "Serhi," she whispered. The figure tilted its head. "Do not call me that. I am your silence." He took a step forward, and Anna realized the knife in his hand wasn't pointed at her. "I no longer wish to live in the dark. But she calls for you." Before she could respond, he tore the bandages from his face and fell. Anna ran to him, tears streaming. On his chest lay a note. "You must finish what I began. Otherwise, the silence will claim another." The dawn found her at the main entrance, collapsed on the concrete steps, recorder in hand. When police asked what happened, she whispered, "Silence heals." The hospital was locked forever. But weeks later, reports came in. A series of disappearances in the city. On the scene, an old recorder was found. The recording repeats a single phrase over and over. "Do you hear me, Anna?" Anna never answered her phone again. They say, in the abandoned halls, two voices can still be heard whispering at night. One male, one female. And if you listen closely, the second voice calls your name. The forest surrounding the hospital was silent now, the early morning mist clinging to every branch. But inside, the building throbbed with life, though no one else was visible. Anna's pulse raced as she stepped back through the main entrance, flashlight cutting through the darkness. The air smelled of wet cement and old ash, a smell she could never forget. Her mind replayed the words scrawled in the recorder. "You must finish what I began. Otherwise, the silence will claim another." She gripped the pistol tighter, her knuckles white. Every instinct screamed to leave, but she couldn't. Not when Serhi, or what he had become, had trusted her to end this. Anna moved deeper into the hospital, her flashlight beam swinging from wall to wall. The corridors were different now, not the same ones she had entered hours ago. Doors that were once bricked now opened into hallways that twisted impossibly. "It's like the building itself is alive," she whispered. Somewhere, a door creaked. She froze. A shadow slid along the wall, impossibly fast. Her breathing quickened. "Who's there?" No answer, only the sound of slow footsteps echoing somewhere ahead. She followed the sound. The walls narrowed. Paint peeled in long strips like hanging skin. She came to a door marked Ward 7, its handle warm. Hesitation froze her hand on the knob. She twisted it. Inside, the room was empty but for a single bed, neatly made, and a small mirror propped against the wall. In its reflection, she saw nothing. Just the dark hall behind her. Then a whisper, "Look at me." Anna turned sharply. No one. But the mirror now held a figure. Pale, bandaged, watching,